Congressman Amash because he's got other duties. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairman Ross Leighton and committee members for holding this hearing and inviting me to testify on this important and timely topic. It's an honor to be here. The Constitution vests Congress with the power to declare war. We are at war in Libya. Either Congress must authorize our strikes against Libya, or Congress must withdraw the use of force. What Congress cannot do is to continue standing by idly as our constitutional war powers are disregarded. The Founders distributed the decision to go to war between the two political branches to assure that the decision would be made carefully. The founding generation experienced the hardship of several wars, and they knew war's human and financial costs. They understood that a strong executive who is already given the title Commander-in-Chief might flex the country's military strength injudiciously. Giving Congress the essential power to declare war allows heads to cool, alternatives to be considered, and makes certain there is consensus if the country is called to fight. If Congress's authority to declare war has any content, at minimum, it must prevent the executive from starting an offensive war without Congress's consent. President Obama once held this view. As a candidate, he told the Boston Globe, "The President does not have power under the Constitution to unilaterally authorize a military attack in a situation that does not involve stopping an actual or imminent threat to the nation." In 1973, Congress codified this constitutional understanding in the War Powers Resolution. The law allows the President to introduce the armed forces into hostilities in only 3 circumstances: pursuant to 1, a declaration of war, 2, specific statutory authorization, or 3, a national emergency created by attack upon the United States, its territories or possessions, or its armed forces. Congress has not declared war or authorized use of force against Libya. And of course, Libya has not attacked us. The undeniable conclusion is that the President is breaking the law by continuing the unilateral offensive war against Libya. The administration has tried to paper over its illegal actions by first consulting with Congress. The War Powers Resolution does require the President to consult with Congress in every possible instance before introducing the armed forces into hostilities and regularly during a military engagement. I appreciate consultations as much as the next member of Congress, but letters and phone calls from the White House cannot substitute for the constitutional requirement that Congress act. With pressure from the public and some members of Congress building, the President signaled on Friday that he now supports Congress's authorizing the war. Anyone concerned about constitutional war powers should read the President's letter to Congress carefully. The President voiced support for a Senate resolution on Libya that was not public at the time. However, the President stated the purpose of the resolution was to confirm that Congress supports the U.S. mission in Libya. Congress has passed almost no legislation regarding Libya. We have not even approved supplemental funding for the $1 billion war. So I'm not sure why the President believes we merely should confirm our support for the war. Whether or not the President actually asked for authorization of force, the larger question Congress must ask itself is, why have we waited for the President's request? The country has been at war for 67 days, and we have neither authorized force nor ordered force to be withdrawn. There is no greater sign that Congress's constitutional muscles have atrophied than the fact that we only became interested in authorizing the war after the President told us to do so. I wrote H.R. 1212, the Reclaim Act, to require the President to obtain Congress's specific authorization before continuing military action against Libya. My bill's requirement of specific authorization tracks language in the War Powers Resolution and the Constitution's mandate that the legislature and executive agree before the country wages offensive war. The President's orders to strike Libya are outlawed by the War Powers Resolution. His unilateral decision to take us to war violates the Constitution. The tragedy for our system of self-government would be if Congress continued to do nothing. Pass the Reclaim Act to require the President to obtain congressional authorization before continuing the strikes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we are honored by your presence. Thank you so much. We'll look at your legislation. We understand you have other duties. Thank you so much.